Hey, what is going on, guys? It's LittleBigness here, and I'm here to bring you our UPA Season 6 Week 4 Team Builder. We're going up against Zuvi, the coach of the Zimbabwe Zoroarks. You can see his team right over there. You can see I actually got it to where the rank and the symbol of the Mega is on the screen. I changed my layout a little bit for the Team Builders, and it should be a lot better. So it's got Kyurem-Black, Reuniclus, Decidueye, Flygon, Electros, Masquerain, Mega Audino, the M and the dash whatever is the Mega. That's Mega rank C Audino, so he got quite a few extra points. Then Celesteela, Nidoking, Volcanion, Silvally, and Xatu. So first things first, I gotta say, this team is actually really tough to prep for, but it is really slow. His fastest Pokemon is base 100, being Flygon. So that was something I was able to take advantage of, but I still saw it where like Scarfers were really difficult for me to deal with. So I did my best with the team building. Kyurem-Black and Celesteela are huge threats, and then the Nidoking's also a huge threat. Volcanion, Reuniclus is probably the biggest threat to my team though, but those five, they're so tough to prep for. Kyurem-Black and Reuniclus are definitely my biggest threats this week. But anyway, we're going to get right into the team right here. So first things first, we have Mr. Ed, our Terrakion, coming back off his hot performance. Sorry if you heard that sound, because apparently my computer needs to restart, but hopefully it doesn't fuck up this recording. But yeah, we got Terrakion right here. It's a Choice Banded set this week because I saw Choice Band. It demolishes everything. It 2-hit KOs his entire team. I think, no, it 2-hit KOs his entire team. The only thing that's close is like a Fizdef Celesteela. It might be able to take a hit. But I've got Close Combat and Stone Edge, and those alone should be able to 2-hit KO the entire team. But I do have Scizor in case I'm really certain that Reuniclus is coming in, and I don't want to risk the miss with Stone Edge. And I've got Quick Attack just in case I need the priority later on in the game. But Terrakion, the goal with this is just to bring it in mid-game and have it break some walls. That's all I can really do with it. Next, we have Sriracha, our Tapu Koko, and this thing destroys him. I'm able to run a Modest Nature because his fastest Pokemon is Flygon, so I decided to just speed creep that Flygon, and I'm faster than it. His only sources of priority, by the way, are actually Sucker Punch from Decidueye and Nidoking. At least the most reliable sources. There could be like a Quick Attack or something like that, but who really cares about that? Another thing he could set up, though, is webs, and I'm really threatened by the webs. If he brings webs, I'm kind of screwed, actually. But I should be able to make sure those webs don't get up. If he brings Masquerain, I'm leading with, I don't know. I actually think I might want to put Taunt on this at the last second. Yeah, let's do that. This is kind of unfortunate, or I could put it over Volt Switch. I'm not sure which one, but I'm going to make a last-second team change. I had the Brave Bird there for the Decidueye, because that was really the only thing I couldn't hit, but I might have to go with no Volt Switch in this game, which I could probably do, because he doesn't... Yeah, I'm going to go with that, so we're going to have Brave Bird right there, because I really just want to hit things with Thunderbolt and Dazzling Gleam, and stuff like that. I think that's the way to go. I also debated running HP Ice this week, but that doesn't really do too well. It hits the Nidoking, but I'm able to hit the Nidoking with my Brave Bird anyway. But yeah, the taunt right there, just so I don't lose to webs. Could also help against things like the Reuniclus to make it not recover against me. But the Modest Nature also, it's fine. It still knocks out Decidueye after rocks with the Brave Bird and the Life Orb, so that's a big deal. Tapu Koko should come in big this week. Next, we have Seattle, our Mega Scizor, and it's an offensive Sword Stance set this week. Volcanion and Celesteela are threats to the set, and I most definitely know that, but I need to bring Scizor this week. A good thing is that it threatens the Kyurem-Black. It really pressures the Kyurem-Black with its Bullet Punch. Pressures the Reuniclus with Bug Bite or Brutal Swing. Celesteela and Volcanion are hard to deal with again, but I do have the Brutal Swing to hit those things. I believe I 2-hit KO them if I'm at +2. So they can't really switch into me after I get a Sword Stance up. But I can always weaken them if I want to get that late game sweep, because neither of them do have reliable recovery. Celesteela does have Leech Seed, but that's easy enough to manage. So yeah, I really want this thing to sweep late game. That's really the goal with this. Some threats to this could be like a Electros could be a potential threat, and that's really the only check to Tapu Koko as well. I'm pretty certain he's bringing Electros. But Scizor should be able to sweep late game if I'm able to weaken the Volcanion and the Celesteela. So that's the game plan right there. I've got a lot of speed. I outspeed a max speed Decidueye, so I shouldn't have to worry, and Volcanion, so I shouldn't have to worry about outspeeding much, because Nidoking will be able to go down to Bullet Punch and stuff like that, as well as Kyurem-Black. His faster threats will be able to Flygon. Yeah, it should be fine there. Next, we have Dingledong, our Bronzong. It is a leftover set, mixed defenses with Stealth Rock, Gyro Ball, Earthquake, and Explosion. Stealth Rock is there because I really need to get my rocks up in order to weaken that Kyurem-Black, as well as that Volcanion. The Zodiac could be a threat if that gets brought, because then I can't really do much with my Bronzong. I'm leading with my Bronzong basically no matter what, as long as he does not bring Zadu or Masquerain. The only thing that could threaten the Bronzong lead would be the Decidueye, but Decidueye doesn't have a Z move, which is good. So I'll have to go for Spirit Shackle, and I'll be able to predict that, and probably go into Scizor at that point. But yeah, then the Earthquake is able to hit the Nidoking in case I predict a switch into that, as well as the Volcanion. That's really switch predictions, though, because I can't live hits from those. And then Explosion, because I'd have nothing to hit the Celesteela, and I figured if the Celesteela comes in, if I'm at low enough of a health, I can just go boom and get some good initiative into something else. So that was the thought process there. I really need to get my rocks up in this game, though. It also helped me tell what the ability on the Rhinoculus is. I'm hoping it's not Magic Guard, but it probably will be. So next, I forgot to mention this, but we do have a new member to the team because I did make a transaction. We have Koopa the Gastrodon coming back from Season 2 of the UPA. And the thing, I dropped Mantine to pick up Gastrodon. The thing with Mantine, I found that I had a bit of an electric weakness. And I want to get another ground type to patch that up, and Gastrodon does that well. Now they kind of have to play games. Is he going to bring Gligar? Is he going to bring Gastrodon? So then they'll have to run different hidden powers. And Gastrodon's a good mixed defense wall. I like that quite a bit. And it leans a bit more towards the Spadef side a lot of the time, so that makes the Mantine kind of, you know, less viable. So I've got Scald, Earth Power, Mirror Coat, Recover. Scald and Earth Power. I want Scald just to hit things and hopefully get burns. Earth Power, so I can hit things like Volcanion that might switch in, as well as the Earth Power does break a Kyurem-Black sub if he does not have any HP or Spadef investment, or, you know, provided he doesn't have the right amount. Now I've got Mirror Coat in case something wants to hit me with a big special hit, because I really had nothing else to put there. Toxic isn't really that good in this game, because the things I'd want Toxic would be things like Rhinoculus and Celesteela, and I don't need to Toxic those because they're immune most of the time. Well, Rhinoculus isn't immune, but it has Magic Guard. Then I've got the Recovery because I want that reliable recovery. This is my main check to Kyurem-Black as well as Nidoking. My Bronzong can check the Nidoking, but it's mainly there to check the Flygon. So I need this to check the Nidoking and also check the Kyurem-Black, but I really have no checks to Kyurem-Black. If these specs are banded, I'm out. I do live in Outrage if I'm at full health. But the thing is, if he goes for Outrage, I can go into Tapu Koko, I could go into Scizor, I could go into Bronzong. I've got options at that point, so I figured I didn't really need to worry too much about my defenses, because I'm already immune to the Fusion Bolt, so I should be good there. And then finally, we have Duke, our Arcanine, and I was really struggling with this last member. I saw that I could possibly bring Alakazam, I could possibly bring Tornadus, but at the end of the day, I went with Arcanine because the things that were worrying me were those Choice Scarfers, those potential Choice Scarfers. And I see him having 3 potential Choice Scarfers in this game. He's got Kyurem-Black, Flygon, and Nidoking. And this was the best response to all of them, because if I ran a Alakazam to check all those, I really didn't have anything to hit Celesteela, which was another big threat to my team. And I really need to be able to hit that Celesteela. So I decided to run a Shukaberry Arcanine, because Kyurem-Black, Flygon, and Nidoking do all get the ground-type coverage that they'll probably pack, because ground is something I'm vulnerable to with a lot of my top threats, like, you know, Terrakion, Tapu Koko, and Arcanine are all weak to ground, so I decided to run that Shukaberry because I knew he'd be packing it. This way I'm able to live at Earth Power from a Kyurem-Black, I think even if it's Specs. Nidoking, I live in Earth Power after Rocks if it's not Life Orb. But if he has no rocks up, I live a Life Orb hit, which is good. And then Flygon, I think I live any Earthquake from or Earth Power. But he could have the Z move, which is really threatening. Flygon and Electros are his Z move users, and Flygon's the more threatening one for sure. And then I've also got the extreme speed there in order to pick off those Scarfers in case I need to. I do have a good set of priority in order to account for those potential choice Scarfers, which I'll probably have to run. And I didn't really see a Scarfer fitting with me, so I decided to go with the priority route. Flare Blitz hits Celesteela, obviously. Wild Charge hits the Volcanion, and Close Combat hits the Kyurem-Black. This thing will also probably be able to 1v1 a Reuniclus if it's not Max Fist. But that's probably what's going to happen. And if it's weakened a little bit, I should be able to KO it. So anyway, that's going to be it for the Team Builder. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys will see me in the battle. Peace!